move on to the next presentation, and it is titled Effects of Myristic Acid, Pure and Encapsulated Benzoic Acid on Performance, Organ Weight, and Gut pH in Broilers under a high stocking density. And it will be presented by Changning Yu from the University of Manitoba.
Hello everyone. Thank you for attending my presentation. Today I will introduce the effects of myristic acid, pure benzoic acid, and encapsulated benzoic acid on growth performance, organ weight, fecal score, and gut pH in broiler chicken under high stocking density. My supervisor is Dr. Chen Boyang.
I'm just going to interrupt you quickly. Can you put your PowerPoint presentation into presentation mode?
Oh, yeah.
What I'm seeing right now is I can see your slide, but it's not in presentation mode.
Oh, it's a presentation mode now. I can see.
I think do you have multiple screens? Because maybe you're sharing the wrong screen.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I just thought I'd let you know at the beginning. If there's an option for which screen you share, pick the one that has the presentation mode in it, please.
Oh, can you see my screen now?
I'm seeing the same one. Ooh, it's changing. Nope, same one.
Now it's
so click on present. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. And I'll give you another 30 seconds or so to try and fix it, but otherwise we'll just keep going. And maybe what people can do that are viewing is just change their own view options to make the slide big enough for them to see. I'm sorry for doing this last second to you.
Now it's okay.
I'm still just seeing it in I don't know what the mode is called, but the not presentation mode. So I think maybe we'll just let you continue with your presentation and just make sure you're advancing slides appropriately. Because sometimes what happens when you're in presenter mode is that it's one slide ahead of what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, now it's fine.
Yeah, I'm still seeing the same one.
Oh, I don't know how about my computer.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is slide 2 that goes from, oh, there's slide 1,
Yeah.
but it's still not in presentation mode. So I think it's just the wrong screen sharing. But you know what, let's carry on and we'll make do as we can. So people in the audience, if you can just change your personal view options so that the slides are a little bit larger and you can see the font, that would be great. I'll let you to it, sorry.
Okay. So I can present now?
Yep, you betcha.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello everyone, thank you for attending my presentation. The title of my project is Effects of myristic acid, pure benzoic acid, and encapsulated benzoic acid on growth performance, organ weight, fecal score, and gut pH in broiler chicken under high stocking density. I will introduce my slide from 6 sections. The first section is the introduction. First, I will introduce the growth promoting antibiotics in Canada. One research in 2015 found that a total of 100,000 of growth promoting antibiotics will be used in animal production globally by 2030. We can see from the red figures, if the animals eat the antibiotics in diet, their feces and their meat will go to the environment and will affect the animals and the humans' health. So the chicken farmers of Canada has banned the preventative use of category 2nd and 3rd antibiotics. However, the removal of antibiotics can result in compromised growth performance and risk in animal disease. With increasing the public pressure to remove the growth promoting antibiotics, reliable and effective antibiotics alternatives are urgently needed. Recently, there are several alternatives, including the enzyme probiotics, prebiotics, plant extracts, essential oil, immunostimulant, and organic acid. In our experiment, we focus on the organic. For the organic acid, what can do for the animals? There are 3 points. The first is they can decrease the bacterial fermentation in the small intestine. So there will be more nutrient have more room to absorb.
I'm sorry, Changning, I'm interrupting again, but we're not seeing any of the slides advancing as you speak. So I'm so sorry for, just so you know, like what I'm seeing is still on slide 1.
Oh, so sorry about that. I don't know
No,
why.
that's okay. We'll make sure that we get the next ones tested out beforehand.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna have to make sure that you're advancing the slides, and I'll pop up. I'm sorry for interrupting you. We'll do our best, okay?
Yeah.
Please continue.
Okay. The second part, the organic acid can increase the surface of the villus by increasing the height in the small intestine. So the absorption of protein and energy has increased. The third point, the organic acid can increase the number of beneficial bacteria and decrease the number of unbeneficial bacteria by decrease the pH level in the gastrointestinal tract. In our experiment, we will focus on the benzoic and the myristic acid. Benzoic acid is a kind of organic acid filter, is the colorless crystal solid, which is the simplest aromatic carboxylic acid. Some research found that benzoic acid in suitable amount can improve the growth performance and digestibility, inhibit pathogen microorganism, and improve the gut function by regulating the enzyme activity, reduce status, immunity, and maintain the balance of microbiota in human and pigs. For the myristic acid, it's a medium chain fatty acid. It presents the pale kernel oil, coconut oil, butterfat, milk, and to some extent in animal fat. Dairy fat research in myristic acid can increase the broiler growth performance. Our background of the environment we use is the high stocking density. High stocking density refers to the number of animals that keep in a given unit of area. High stocking density puts the stress on broilers, and it has a negative effect on the performance and the health of the bird. So our hypothesis and our objectives, our hypothesis is the supplementation of functional feed additive, in this case, benzoic acid and myristic acid would show beneficial consequence on broilers. Our objective is to evaluate the effects of dairy myristic acid, pure benzoic acid, and the encapsulated benzoic acid on growth performance, organ weight, fecal score, and gut pH in broiler chicken under high stocking density. Our experimental design, this animal trials was one factorial system. We have 960 birds, and the average weight of the bird was 43.52. We have 5 treatments. Each treatment has 6 pens. Each pen, normally we have 26 birds, but we use the high cell density, we increase to 32 birds. At different, we have 3 different phases for the starter, grosser, and finisher. At different phases, we will use different concentration of the feed additive. We can see from the table. Next is our basic diet. We from starter, we will use from day 1 to day 14, we use starter diet, and at day 15 to 28, we will use the gross diet, and from day 29 to day 41, we will use the finisher diet. Our broiler chicken are free to the match feed and water during the experimental period. And all the birds were weaned on day 1 and distributed in different pens according to their weight. The temperature and the light program were the same as the industry requirement. Fecal score was recorded 2 times weekly. From the result, we can see the mortality rate of PCMA, PBA, EBA treatment were lower than NC treatment. This pen, there was a better FCR with the NC treatment. The ADG, ADFI, and FCR of chicken were not significant effect by the MA, PBA, and EBA treatment in comparison to NC and PC treatment. This shows that those feed additive were able to improve the health of the chicken under a high stocking density. Next result is the EBI and the EF indicators. The growth performance of bird was also evaluated by the EBI and the EPEF, which includes the daily weight gain and the survival percentage. Higher voltage of those indicators indicate that the health of the bird. Even from our result, the feed additive growth is higher than ACP treatment. but there was no significant difference in those treatment. Next is my result in the fecal score. We can see from the left figures the score 0, score 1, 2, score 3 to 4, weekly 2 times weekly. From the result, compared with the NC treatment, the MA and the EBA can significantly decrease the fecal scores, which is in accordance with their similar mortality rate, but there was no significant difference among PC, MA, PBA, and EBA treatment. Next result is the effects of different feed additive on relative organ weight. Relative organ weight is an indicator to evaluate the whole development and the immune status of the chicken. The organ we check in the trial include the heart, bladder, liver, crop, gizzard, cysts, and spleen. In the study, there was no significant difference between the relative organ weight among those treatments, suggesting that the bird with different treatment show similar developmental status, which is also in accordance with their similar growth performance. Next is our result, the effects of different feed additive on the pH value during the experiment. As shown in the table, adding MA, PBA, and EBA could significantly decrease the pH value in gastrointestinal tract during the grosser and the finisher phases. So next is our conclusion. Compared to the NC treatment, the addition of myristic acid, benzoic acid treatment can have a higher ADFI and lower further conversion, but the difference was not significant. Myristic acid and encapsulated benzoic acid showed positive on fecal scores and decreased the mortality and the high stocking density. The third is adding myristic acid, pure benzoic acid, and encapsulated benzoic acid could significantly decrease the pH value of the gastrointestinal tract of mixed sex rows through 8. Microbiota analysis is needed to check whether they can improve the beneficial bacteria in the gastrointestinal tract. Next is acknowledgement. Thank you for my supervisor, Dr. Mo Yang and Dr. Song Liu. Thanks to my lab members, lab research associate, and lab technician. Thank you for the funding supplement communities, the University of Manitoba insider companies. Thank you.
Thank you. You sped right through that presentation. We still have 2 minutes for questions. I don't see anything in the Q&A box right now, but I have a couple questions. One is just related to how you did your trial. And I think you mentioned that the birds had ad lib access to mash feed. Can you explain why you chose that particular form of feed?
You know, yeah, our animal trials place will have the feeder. So the feeder we use for the match feed. So we according to the environment we use the match feed. But you know, I compare the growth performance. It's the same as the like the particles feed. So I think the match feed is fine for the poultry.
Yeah, I think mash feed is fine to feed to poultry. It's just lots of times for commercial broilers, they will choose to use a crumble or pellet. And then one more question for your fecal scoring. Thanks for showing the pictures there and giving the range of scores. But at what age or time in the production cycle did you do that scoring? And then I guess my question is, do you think that the scores, if you had looked at them over the whole production cycle, would have changed?
You know, we do the fecal score collection weekly 2 times. First, we will put the tree in the pen, and we give the chicken 30 minutes to 1 hour to have the fecals, and then we go to the pens to check the fecals according to the fecals, and we take the different scores. So according to the images, it has different the fecals.
Okay.
And different scores, yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for your presentation.